vehicle scrutineered for this afternoon's street racing. Super gas car running the right-hand lane.
Figures, 980 horsepower. Well, I was talking to the lads yesterday and they said that they've been running low nines quite comfortably now. I mean, with that type of horsepower under the bonnet, Dave, I mean, what can we expect? Low eights from it? If they can find the traction that obviously they're going to need, yes, definitely low eights and possibly the first 7-second car in this. His hard came out of there like an absolute rocket. And just going for an 8th mile pass there. Be interesting to see exactly what they've done. Well, 5.11 over the 8th, and you could quite 98 miles an hour. Promises very, very well, and certainly that's the first time that I've seen. exciting eliminations, and that's the quickest tracks to run. Subject to confirmation from my timing marshal here. 10.114 past here, the brown is the dragster. And 14.54 for the Capri in the right-hand lane, and that's it. So getting better and better as they go on. Brian Lewis comes back round again in the red and black Camaro. Certainly that's not the quickest one here this morning. Fiona Moore back round again in the left-hand lane on her Blacktop Angel Suzuki, and joined by BS 102 closest to the control tower. That's Mick Hodgkiss on his Kawa, and that's the GBZ 900. who have not put in a qualification, please get into the fire-up road immediately, please. Phil Herndon and Dave Watson. Phil Herndon in the left-hand lane. Dave Watson on his Suzuki in the right-hand lane.
been sat on the camper at the back of the hospitality suite. Anyway, Trevor and Kenny bolted the engine on his dyno, and believe it or not, they got a very, very accurate 980 horsepower out of the engine. That's that rover down there on the start line, 980 horsepower. Now, it sounds radical when it's in the burnout, but that's done purposely to prevent the engine from over-revving. So here it's fluttering as it's in the burnout, don't worry about it. It's limiting the RPM so that it doesn't over-rev, because it's quite capable of just revving its head off in the burnout, and they do that so that it doesn't happen. But these guys have got a lot of work cut out for themselves. They've made all the power that this car can handle, and what they need now is the facilities, the conditions, and also some more chassis tuning, I should imagine, and we'll see this car down into the 70s, no doubt about it. The power's there to do it, all they need are the facilities.
So you really reckon we could really get a possible 7-second run over the quarter mile here?
Well, obviously they're down on the 8th mile because of the radical speed this thing can do. There's over a quarter mile. There's no reason why this car shouldn't be the first 7-second car in this country.
Well, we look forward to seeing that, and these guns coming from the whole thing there, these miles, it's now unfortunately last night they said they're very happy with what the car is now shaping up. They were running we're all clear down the top end, so it's side by side with
Wait till you see that thing go. He's got that, I mean, it's a dinky car out there, isn't it? A dinky truck.
There's a miniature Big Mac, Chris. There, look. Ronnie Piccardo.
13.24 for Steve Lord. Lose out time in the left-hand lane, 13.54 for Carl Munch, and I think that must be one of his best ever times there in the boys, so he'll be very, very pleased with that one. So, Steve Lord will therefore meet Carl Palmer in the next round. And Paula Atkins is on a bye run. She had that incredible, I think it was a 12-second qualifier for Paula Atkins with this full top. Let me just check that out. 12.83 and so she automatically is another one qualified, has a bye run through into the next round. So that again is a very, very nicely turned out piece of drag racing equipment, cruising through that time with a 14.77 terminal speed at 90 miles per hour. So Tony Beadle from Street Machine up here with me. Tony, CV aerials as well. It's got the lot. Give him a nice round of applause. Ronnie Piccardo, well done, Ron. It looks superb. If you can hear me, it looks a picture. Getting ready for a run from John Ronnie, the man we must describe as our local pro combat customer. and he's gone the whole 8th mile in the burnout, and we can see from the control tower here the tyre marks going right the way down the 8th mile where John Light has done that burnout. We're just picking up his nose at the moment, and it sounds as though the motor's cut out. John's out. Give him a big round of applause. Go on, put your hands together for John. That was superb. John, if you can hear us down there, take a bow. That was tremendous.
Dave Smith, man in the red. Moved off the line and Fraction put that red line on the tree. So Dave Smith gets through with a 7.74, and he really is going to have his work cut out against an all-concrete Fiona Moore today. He got through into the final with a 7.26. So I reckon it's going to be quite close, and that lady is going to be the person to beat. Well, we move on now into middle bike, and that's Barry Moore. Sitting there is the right-hand lane on his Kawasaki Ninja competition bike. Now, he got through into this round with a run of 6.40, the prior run. He has 6.48, sorry, he's qualified with 6.46, and he's up against Mike Taylor on his Suzuki Cortina in the left-hand lane. Mike qualified with a 7.6. Kawasaki for the river, and then 38 mile, 8.50 for him. For the rescue unit, I want to say a big thank you to everybody here who supported them magnificently here today with the Rainbow Trust Appeal. They've made loads and loads of money, and all the guys from Terry's Chocolates who are here, they thank you very, very much indeed. So, I'd like to know pass on the thanks to you, to the people here at York. Losing out with a 14.70 and a total chased is Barry Moore's quickest ever run, 6.34. In the right-hand lane, terminal speed of 112 miles per hour, lose out time 7.13 in the left-hand lane. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you I'm sure have been waiting for this final between these two. This is the Rover V8 number 1 factor on the category between these. I can tell you that away from the strip, these two men are really, really good mates, and they don't give a quarter on the strip.
Put together a good number of years ago by a Danish Triddle with his team that was around at the time then, which might even have included David Grisling at the time for York Raceway. I can't remember, it's certainly a long, long time ago. And this machine really has stood up to recent time now, carrying racing authorities, but apart from the engines that have been taken out and put in there and the paint schemes, it hasn't changed an awful lot in all that time. And still a consistent 10-second runner. He used to run, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, this is the car on the left-hand lane we're talking about, with a fuel motor in there, a nitro burning engine. And here it is, still giving good service on the strip some 20 years after its inauguration. Anyway, who do you reckon's going to win this one? We've got Martin Brown in the right-hand lane and Richard Leighton left. Martin Brown is down in front there, and he's our number one qualifier here today. Whether Richard Leighton's got the power to get to the top end first, which he does. He takes him out right at the top end, Richard Leighton, and takes the win with a 10.34 and against 10.33 for Martin Brown. So they're our two quick men today. But it's Richard Leighton against the top end. Dave Grady, you get the money. Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's about time you rolled from the last one as well. No, I think it was the one before that, but you stand the same chance of getting the money, let me tell you.
You're going to see two very, very fast races here, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see probably 4-second runs side by side over the 8th mile. Something that hasn't been seen here in a long, long time.
Onto the rubber tarmac. waiting there for so long. Well, John Downs has just put down a 5:03 on the 8 mile, terminal speed 128 miles per hour. And commiserations over there to John Lovett, who overstaged on the start line and then unfortunately lost fire. But from us here at York Raceway, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you. Thank you very much indeed for coming along to see us this weekend. We hope you've enjoyed the drag racing that you see here, which for my money has been of an extremely high quality. We're going to run through all these trophies here, which we have, and we would like everybody, as always, to clap wildly and enthusiastically when the people reach the stairs, because it is an awful long way to come up here, and when you think about it, all you've got to see when you get to the top is Steve Murty, so you do need a round of applause to encourage you. Winner of the top competition was Messrs. Betts and Hurst with their Rover, ladies and gentlemen. So can we give them a nice round of applause, please? B&H Autocraft.
Out now. This is backing up, John.
Okay, well, we'll move on. They'll quite obviously come along and collect their trophy. Middle competition was one, we had some spectacular racing from a lot of dragsters here this weekend, and the man who has come out on top is BD2 Richard Lyon, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a nice big round of applause. And we saw some really, really good racing in the dragster division and the comp orders today, and I think it's brilliant to see all these cars up here. Well done, Richard. Give him a nice big round of applause. Richard Lyon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, what can I say about Supergas? We had a nail biter right until the very, very end, and all those points that were up for grabs mean so much to the people who, to the person who won, and of course to the person who came second. But it gives me great pleasure to welcome back onto the winners roster of Alan O'Connor, ladies and gentlemen, in Supergas. Nice big round of applause for Al. Come on, put your hands together. Alan O'Connor, well done, Al. Thank you very much indeed. He's getting quite used to taking all of these trophies. And of course, thank you for the involvement of John Everett, who thanks very much indeed for all of your sponsorship in that particular class. Middle Street, well, this young lady, having put down numerous runs during the weekend, whitewashed in Middle Street with her best of 3, so it gives us great pleasure to say, Sue Horston, come and collect your trophy. Well done, sir. Well, now give it a nice big round of applause. Well, we move on now to Top Street, and this was a round robin, which the winner will not only receive a trophy, but will also receive a cheque for £50 from the young man who's standing up in the control tower with me, the sting man himself, Alan Newton. And let's give Alan a nice big round of applause. Come to you drag racers, you know Alan, been around for ages and ages, and still looks young. And the winner, ladies and gentlemen, of Top Street to get a trophy and a cheque for £50, which will just about cover the cost of my beer this evening, is Mick Myers, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah! Well done, give him a big round of applause. Mick Myers, and thank you very much indeed, Alan Newton, for that piece of involvement from Newton Bakeries. Well done. We move on with Senior Street, and once I got the name of his car right, there was no stopping me. Would you please welcome the winner of Senior Street, George Charles, ladies and gentlemen. applause, please. Well done, George. Well done. And the winner of Junior Street today, because we come on to yesterday's trophies, was the man who had 1 or 2 problems to start the weekend off and then sallied through and took the win in Junior Street. John Scott, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. You wait, you'll get to the bottom of the stairs and then he'll run out of petrol. Well done. Nice round of applause for John Scott. Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're now going to do Saturday's Street and Junior Street. And the winner of Senior Street on Saturday, the Mustang man, Daz Edwards, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, Daz. Congratulations. Well done, Daz. Give him a nice big round of applause. And the winner of Junior Street on Saturday was the man in the Triumph Dolomite Sprint, whatever you want to call it. I know it's a Triumph. That's Graham Reed, ladies and gentlemen. If you're still here, Graham, well done. Give him a nice big round of applause. Give him a big round of applause. He's a very, very happy man there. Okay, well, of course, today we had the Rover V8 rounds here with us again and gave us a lot of exciting racing. And the Group 1 winner in the Rover V8 class, the man who now can stand his car upwards and put it in the garage sideways to save on space, is, of course, Steve Green, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, Steve. Come and get your trophy. Steve will have consolidated his position on top of the Group 1 pile for the Rover V8. Collects his trophy. Well done indeed. Give him a nice round of applause. Steve Green, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, Steve. And another Steve won the Group 2 category. Gives us great pleasure. I've now learned that his car is called a Fugitive. It is not an off-road buggy. It is Stephen Brown, ladies and gentlemen, who wins in Group 2. Steve Brown. Come on, Steve. It's worth coming all the way from Falkirk just to get that trophy to put on the mantelpiece. There you are. Nice round of applause. Well done, Steve. All the way from Bonnie, Scotland. Now we move on to middle competition bike, and the winner there, who has been putting down some excellent times. I wouldn't mind betting that we've seen one of his best times here over the 8 this weekend. Barry Moore, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, Barry. Give him a nice big round of applause. Jolly good. Give him a big round of applause, Barry Moore. And junior competition bike, ladies and gentlemen, the winner there after a lot of good racing in that division, Dave Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Smith, come on, Dave. He looks so much bigger when he's on the bike, doesn't he? Well done, give him a nice big round of applause. There you are, ladies and gentlemen, that's Dave Smith. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when I originally called out the list, I did call out a name, and in truth, there isn't a prize for this particular gentleman, but I do think that it was just a mistake on my part, so you can blame me. I would like you to put your hands together and thank this particular driver, and also the other Pro Comp driver that was here this week. I know that John Lovett is standing down there, but I think we ought to put our hands together and thank John Dowse and John Lovett for some great driving, for some great showmanship this weekend. So thank you very much indeed. Team Just Married, as they're now be known. And I'm sorry I got all that wrong, John, it's my fault. From us here at York, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. I hope you've had a great weekend. And just thank Reg Bond for being here with us as well this weekend.